This is a very unique looking almond tree. I've got Karen here from the Californian Board of Almonds. Now tell us all about what you do and this display here, what's going on the stand.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm the Chief Scientific Officer for the almond industry and in California, and we represent 6,000 farmers, growers, mainly about 90% family farms and 80% of the world's supply of almonds. And you will never see an almond tree that looks like this. Actually, you'll never see an almond that's this big. But our newest research program, we have 4 research programs, and our newest one is to do with biomass utilization, or an ultimate goal of zero waste eventually, because the almond kernels we eat are actually less than 30% of the biomass that the tree generates. So think of an almond hull as basically dried apricot flesh, and so for that point of view, used to go to cattle feed, now we're trying to do higher value added possibilities, including insect feeding for organic poultry.
Oh, really?
Yes, so there's some very exciting things happening. And then the shells, we're working on better utilization of the shells as well, too.
I mean, I look at a shell, I think a hat is a good option,
Well,
but
yeah,
maybe not that
no,
size, maybe not that size.
Right, so from that point of view, that's our newest research program, and we're pretty excited to be here, and it's been a great show for us.
And so we're looking at sustainability as well, I suppose.
Yes. Oh yes, our program in terms of sustainability is now 10 years old in terms of working with our growers, and we know that this is very important in terms of documenting what's happening through the supply chain, especially here in Europe. So we're quite excited. We'll have an announcement to make next week related to benchmarking our practices against what are standard certified practices here in Europe. So stay tuned, we'll have good news for you on that front.
We certainly shall. Now, you're saying that you represent a lot of the farmers, a lot of the growers. How important is that partnership?
Well, it's essential, actually, because you have to have, from my point of view, from a research side of things, you have to have an integrated program right from the very beginning in terms of the water that we're using in a responsible way to grow the almonds, the bees that are pollinating the crop to this day, and then through to the almonds that we produce and documenting the health benefits of those too. So yeah, everybody, all the players actually need to work together. And from that point of view, we, I think, do a pretty good job with that in the Almond Board of California. We have over 200 volunteers that sit on all of our committees and boards and make the decisions on how the grower dollars are going to be spent.
It's incredible when you think of sustainability and you think of the links and everything that joins up. You mentioned bees, and there's been this huge push in the last couple of years to get bees back into the countryside, particularly in the UK. I'm not sure what it's like stateside.
Well, bees are moved around the country in terms of for all the different crops. So from that point of view, we are one of the first crops that bloom in mid-February, if you can believe it, in California. So from that point of view, the bees actually leave our orchards stronger and healthier than when they first arrived from their sort of winter dormancy.
See. Now, we'll keep an ear out for that announcement next week, but I'm going to head over here. Hello, Dariella, how are you doing? Hello, how are you? Now, I believe you got food for me to try, which is always a winning thing, but if we head over this way, I want to find out more about the application, what you can do, what you can produce as well.
Sure. So one of the wonderful things about almonds is that it comes in an amazing amount of forms. So it's one of the few foods that you can find in a whole form, blanched, slivered, sliced. So we've got a poster here showing flour, almond butter, almond milk, which has become very, very popular these days. So lots of different forms, but also lots of different versatility in terms of the flavors that almonds can marry with. So one of the things we're showing today is just different uses and different kind of innovation with almonds. And we've seen a lot of new innovation when it comes to new product introductions with almonds. For the second year in a row, almonds are the #1 nut for new product introductions globally and in Europe as well for the second year. So beating out hazelnuts, which has been a bit of a traditional nut in Europe. So what we're doing here with Chef Stefan is just showing some interesting ways of using almonds. So we did a little Mediterranean crust or cheese. So we're using Grana Padano cheese with some slivered almonds, and you're welcome to try that.
I will definitely be diving into this box in a second as well. I was going to say about almonds though, almond drinks. Well, I won't say any brand names or anything like that, but there are some almond drinks that are my favourite. I won't go into full detail, but they've got so many uses.
That's right. So almond drinks or almond milk has been the fastest growing beverage category in the world, apparently. So we've seen a really, really fast growth. And then it comes in all types of different forms. So you can get it in the chilled section or shelf stable. Some of them are supplemented with vitamin or calcium. So there's lots of choice out there for people who might not want to be drinking dairy.
Absolutely. So what else do we have?
So what else? We've got two different sort of almond snacks. So again, showing the versatility with almonds. So one of them is a little bit more on the sweet side, and this one has some vegetable chips on it. I think some. It's called an Alpine Creation, and some pork product, I think, in there. And then this one is looking more at the Asian influence. So it's got a little bit of nori and sesame seeds. So again, interesting, sort of sweet and savory. And then here we've got an almond bar, and there's no sugar in this, but it's using about 40% almonds, so different forms of almonds. Again, almond meal, almond flour, slivered almonds, and then fruit. So keeping it all together with some fruit.
Oh, it's a binder on that one.
Binder, but also to give it, all that extra nutrition in there as well. And then finally, almond in a chocolate product with mint. So I think we've used, it's called Nanan mint from Morocco. Yeah, so a really strong mint flavor, and just experimenting again with different ways of using almonds.
And so you being here is a slightly different kettle of fish for us, really, because there's a lot of companies that are here because they're demonstrating products that they're selling, or they've got something they want people to start purchasing. You're just pushing the idea really to back all the people that you're supporting.
That's right. So almonds have so many interesting properties, not only as a versatile ingredient, but there's so much research into the health benefits of almonds. And we've seen a real kind of upswing in almonds being used as a healthy snack. So it's a really on-trend product right now in terms of people switching to more healthier snacks, but also more natural products. So I think it's a good time to be at FIE in terms of people looking for natural, wholesome, healthy solutions and ingredients.
You almost answered my next question, almost, but I'm going to just ask you anyway. Why is it that you've come to FIE Europe?
So I think you walk around the shows, and I think I've come here for many, many years actually, and you're starting to see less and less real food in a way. And I think looking at an ingredient like almonds that is versatile and can be used in so many different ways. So we already showed it, whether it's a snack or a bakery item or in chocolate confectionery. I think it's just a reminder to manufacturers that there is some great, wholesome, natural products out there that are good solutions for their products.
That's fantastic. I'm going to eat the rest of the contents of that box in a second, but thank you very much there to Daria, to Karen as well, from the Almond Board of California.